989
Hello. Hello.
32
Hello.
18.
Hello.
Hello, this is Muni.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Muni. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Muni. This is
this is
Siddharth from
Muni.
Unicom. Yeah, hi, Mr. Muni. This is Siddharth. Am I audible to you?
Is it audible?
Yeah, am I audible?
It is audible.
Yeah. I request all the participants to keep themselves on mute. Hello. One minute, there's a lot of work on your side.
Engage.
All the participants are mute. Only me and Mr. Muni can speak.
Please start with it.
So he is not. Yeah, hi, Mr. Muni. Looks like there's a lot of disturbance at your side. Continue. Looks like a lot of disturbance from your side. Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Muni. Looks like there's some disturbance at any of the participants' side. I have muted all the participants. Yeah. So do we have all the participants online as of now?
Around 15, right?
So we have Naveen Kumar. I'm just naming a few of the participants. So we have Akash Garg, Akshay Desmukh, Anand, Chalapati Babu, Shreyank, Naveen Kumar, Rajendra, Pravalika, Falguni. Are all the participants online? Huh? Hello. Yeah, Mr. Yeah, so I have kept all the participants on mute, and then probably I think you can start with the presentation.
Siddharth, all set?
Hello, everyone.
Siddharth, this is Moni. All set to go or any issues?
No, there were some issues with the sound, but looks like we all set to go.
Okay.
So I have kept all the participants on mute so that there's no external disturbance and sound while we are speaking. Okay, I assume all the participants are audible. Like all the participants can hear me. Can any of the participants just ping on the chat and confirm that I am audible? I have kept the participants on mute, so they will not be able to speak. But I would like to hear from them on the chat box so that it is audible to everyone, so that we can go ahead and start the presentation. Yeah, so we have got the ping from Vinaya that we are audible to the participants. So we have Mr. Muni Prabharan from Tech Mahindra, and then he would be looking talk on IoT past, present, and future. And he has written many papers around IoT. He has been acknowledged worldwide in the field of IoT, and he has a very in-depth space and expertise in the field of IoT. So over to Mr. Muni Prabhakar, where he would be giving talk regarding past, present, and future. This talk will be for around 30 minutes. I request all the participants to keep themselves on mute so that there's no external disturbance. And if in case we have any questions after the presentation, that can be pinned on the chat box. And if we have time, Mr. Muni will be more than happy to answer all your queries. Thank you, and then over to Mr. Muni.
Yeah. Thanks, Siddharth. Good afternoon to everyone. I believe my voice is very good to hear due to this disturbance. Okay. So today we are going to see about the smart tech transformation. You might be get surprised. The actual topic was IoT, right? That we are discussing about like past, present, and future. Why the topic name is getting changed? That's the first question you might be see, right? So the before I start, I'm very excited that we have a pool right now, maybe like 15 plus audience right now. Those who are did, those who are trying to enter or might be working in IoT. That's really great. Please believe it's the strongest field for the next 10 to 15 years. So you are on the right path. Okay. So and also the the presentations, the lot of contents, topics, data, what I'm going to share. It's not just like coming from the air. Okay, it's all comes from the experience by looking the various scenarios. Okay. Again, I'm not a brand ambassador for representing IoT. I've been as considered as a global expertise in this topic at the global. So there are a lot of views that I'm going to show in front of you. Okay. So why the name? Like we are calling the IoT as a connected engineering, digital transformation, Internet of Everything, uh, TOI, things on everything. There are a lot of different terminologies are there, but behind that there is a very simple thing, which is nothing but the internet plus the operation technology. Okay, so the smart tech, that's a new term which I'm trying to give for this complete transformational studies. Let's see about the overall view, what is happening from the smart tech digital transformation or IoT standpoint. So these are the topics that we are going to see today. So it is not like you can easily get it from the book uh, how we are as a consultant, the way I see the field, which is going to get surveyed for next 10 to 15 years. Why, how, why the people need this one? Because of this, what is the benefit? So why the organization is looking on this one? What is the future behind the core technologies? Who are all driving? What is the ecosystem? And possibly might be heard a lot of the Gartner report, IDC reports, like 200 billion devices. So what are all happening? You might be hear a lot of words, articles, which makes you more confused, right? So that we are all going to see today in a more clear path. The first thing, many of you might be excited what is called IoT or Internet of Things or the smart technologies or digital transformation, right? So what probably we'll go is we'll go and refer a lot of books or articles in the internet. I'll bet you if you go and Google in the internet for IoT, you'll see like thousands of definitions. Okay, so again you won't get a clear path, but there are some overall view you will get it, but you won't know what is the real essence, right? So that is what we are trying to see in this particular slide. A smart tech as a third eye. What is it? For example, today uh, you might be saw that we are able to communicate to anyone at any time, right? Whether it is daytime or nighttime or the couple of years back, you see this facility we don't have. What I'm trying to say here is, if you want to call one person from Bangalore to Delhi, you won't call in the daytime. You probably call in the night time, right? Because of the data charge was getting reduced, the new model came in the telecommunication sector, telecom sector. And second thing is, when we are in traveling from one place to another place, we don't prefer to speak in the mobile. We always to speak at the very at the static place because the reliability or robust condition you won't get it. Right? For example, if you're traveling around like 100 kilometers, at least after reaching 40 or 50 kilometers, you will see that you lost the connection. Then after that, you will be having. So the patterns are coming like coming or down. So in the past, you don't have the robust or reliable connection also. But today, we are having the robust connection. It may not be, you can't say 100%, but somehow today we are improved with respect to the past scenarios. So today we are able to communicate anyone in this world at any place at least for 100 kilometers in day and night the same price stagnantly. The second I is nothing but any place in the sense uh, it's very simple. So what happens is today we are able to communicate at outdoor, also indoor. What does it mean? There are a lot of like smart communications entered, right? So uh, even without having the mobile phone in the a couple of years back, we used to call with a small device, a kind of a walkie-talkie. You can speak with an indoor. But now the technology went anything like at the a step outside as well. And more than the thing is at the computer, especially kind of facilities like with the help of like Skype, we are able to communicate in front of the community from anyone to anyone in the world. Right? So there is no restrict. What I'm trying to say is more than that. Today you can see the Facebook Messenger and also the WhatsApp. So what I'm trying to say here is we are able to communicate to anyone at any point, okay, without having the disturbance. So this anytime and any place, these are the like two eyes which is having the reliable, robust, cheapest connection today. Okay. Now what is the third eye which we are going to see is nothing but anything. What does it mean? So with the aid of the above we are able to do communication within the two computers and human to human interaction, human to thing to thing. Basically, you might be sure a lot of terminology is called mission to mission communication when you're browsing about or when you are learning about the IoT, right? So, this is what in anything. If I want to define the thing, this basically is nothing but it can be an object, it can be a human, it can be anything in this world. So even I can say the rock can be a thing. So if some systems has the cumulative all these factors like any time, any place, anything, if it accommodates all the role, that whole system we can call it as a internet of thing, or you can call it as a internet of everything, or we can call if we are doing uh, if we are addressing a problem with the help of a smart technology like this, then you can say it is called a digital transformations. So the technologies, whatever the place in terms of time or anything, those are like the smart sensors we employ. So, so that's what I'm trying to address this whole presentation in the term like smart tech transformation. How with the help of like smart technologies, smart sensors, how we are addressing that problem which the people see like day-to-day life or the business in terms of the commercial as well as technical standpoint. How that whole transformation is happening. That's nothing but the smart tech transformation. So now we are going to see about how the whole system is going to get work. Okay, so it's very simple, right? To say like there is a sensor, it will detect and it will execute on operation. That's what the whole perspective comes. Okay, so what are all backend is happening? So that's what the smart tech work. Uh, let's put like this: smart tech is another word of IoT. Okay, so you won't get any confusion. So what happening here is in things it is basically divided into four phases or four layer: things, local network, the internet, backend services. The in things is nothing but it can be a device, it can be a human, as I said in the previous slide. Okay, let us assume that if it is a device, the device should be having the capability of the communication. If any device has the capability of the communication, that's a mandatory. Okay, it can optionally can have sensors, actuators, data handling capacity. That would be fine. So anything, any object, it has the capability to communicate. So what will happen? So what happens is uh, the device which sensed about the ambient, about a particular instance, right? So the information goes to the IC network, the information and communication network. Okay, so then this device can also do actuation or execution portion based on the information which preceded from the IC and IC network. So the IC network, another term is nothing but the local network. Okay. So another case here, you might be sure, right, that mission to mission communication and device device interactions, right? How it is happening? It is happening with the help of the gateway. So see that it is not a mandatory in an IoT system. It's based on the need. Okay, sometimes if you want to like a vehicle to vehicle communication, yeah, it should be happen with the help of the gateway. It may, based on the architecture works, the technical stand inside you too. It's up to your choice whether you have to go with the gateway or without gateway with the help of like local video. Okay, so once the information reaches to the network, the local network, it has to go to the broad level, right? Why it has to go to the broad level or a broad sense at a wider way at global scale? The reason here is being in India at an offshore delivery center, you probably monitoring something which is happening in the US or China or UK tunnel or dam or wind tunnels, right? So all this information now we are deploying into the cloud platform. which is basically or the another way I put the general term is nothing but internet. So all are uploaded to the cloud. Now from the cloud, yeah, there are a lot of backend services going to happen. It may be done. Probably know more about the like remote sensor, right? So the information actually flows over that. Then some of the times you might be think you probably know it, right? So like with the help of like your mobile phone or tablet, the apps which comes from the mobile, you are able to operate. You can do anything. You can control the entire world with the help of your own device. That's what happens with the help of like user access with the control. Also, the more security portion is going to take place at the backend service. Now, what does it mean like business data analysis? For example, let us assume that if the plant manager is in China, he want to see monitor the operation which is happening in the US plant. Okay. Now, what is happening here is he should know what are all uh, manufacturing defects, manufacturing KPIs. So that should be displayed in the form of like a dashboard, right? So that is what happening at the business data analysis. So this is how the whole smart tech works. So basically, a device it should have the mandatory of that particular device should be having capability to communicate. Okay, if it is done with the help of the sensor, the processing work with the help of like local network, the internet or the cloud, and we are able to do what we need with the help of like business data analysis. So this is how the smart tech works. Now we are going to see about why we are speaking about IoT today, or smart technologies, or wherever you go, the digital transformation. Why? There are only simple six question answers for this. Today we have a Wi-Fi at many places. It's a very wide known thing, right? But probably you didn't see this much Wi-Fi facility in the 2 years back or 3 years back. Second thing is the broadband connectivity, which is done with the help of like a LAN. The robustness, the reliable, and the cost-wise, whatever we are getting today is much cheaper than 3 years ago. Third answer, around 40% of the world population today are in online presence. Okay. Fourth one, the cloud. With the help of the cloud, we are able to do anything, any point in the place. It's a well-known one. Sensor technology today, we are able to detect irrespective of the range. In the past, you might be seen like that for a small sensing job, you probably having like a big sensor device. Okay, and it is also cost is too much. Okay, and it also doesn't have that much capability to sense as well. So we probably expect like 100 kilometers to judge, but the sensor is able to judge only like 1 kilometer. So right now the technologies today is having this portion. More than everything, we have the data handling capacity. So a couple of years back, it is very difficult to design a system with only like 16 GB. But today, we are like going like a 1 TB, 2 TB minimum. So with all this six-factor consideration, we are. This is the reason why smart technologies are evolving like anything today. This is the reason it is accelerated, and it is still going to get accelerated in the next 3 to 4 years. So what the people need really from the IoT or smart technologies, especially the home. Let's start from the home. That's best always, right? Rather than looking at outside, because there are like hundreds of examples which may confuse you. Okay. What especially we are looking for here is, let's put extending the security in the house. What happens here is, you probably what you, CCTV is a world technology. We are able to monitor what is happening in the reception in the control room. One thing. The second thing is about like being you working in the office, you're able to monitor what is your child is doing, how he or she is able to survey about his sickness, so how the elders are, and you're also monitoring throughout the home, irrespective of the safeties, right? So those are all comes under the security portion. Quantify the self. Today we are very much interested to know uh, comparing ourselves with others in the term of like emotional intelligence and smartness. You know how? So there are some IoT applications which you should adapt. Then it will help you to track your sleeping pattern, and based on that, it will also track you how you're performing throughout the day. So after like 7 to 80 days, it will show you, okay, if you sleep for 8 hours, this is what your real status. At this moment, still with the help of like IoT or smart technology, we are able to do, but it helps you quantify yourself, optimize the missions. It's very simple. So basically, it's nothing that we are getting like so laziness, right? So when we enter inside the house, the light has to switch on by default without you go nearby. So it helps us to reduce your manual power. That's what. More than this, enhancing the experience. What does it mean? Uh, the best example is in Chicago, Bill Gates' house. When he's walking on the house, when he's stepping by step, there are there are different photos are getting displayed on the side walls. So that is what enhancing the experience. So uh, uh, these four are very prime that people really want from the smart technologies. If you ask me which one the people are using more and interactively in their house, the, the answer is external security. Security always plays a very important role. You probably also understanding, probably knowing the recent incident which happened in the Bangalore about the security and safety. So with the help of this technology, definitely we can overcome all this. So in the title we discussed about something like past, present, and future, right? So let's see how, especially home automation or smart home is concerned, how the total evolution happens. Probably everyone knows about the home automation. Automation. It's nothing but if you are a greaser which we use in our house, if it reached like 30 degrees Celsius, it has to shut off by default. So we call that as an automation, one thing. Second thing is when we haunt the something, the door has to open by default, such things. So, so basically, with the help of the home automation is nothing but smart home. Okay, the smart home was in the system already before 2010 itself. Today, what we are having, it is nothing but connected home. So basically, we have like home automation in our house, but that is equipped with the help of the internet. So what does it mean? So connected home is nothing but when you are reaching your house nearby, the door has to open by default. It's basically unlocking the door by default. Once you enter the door, so the door is also having some sensing capacity. You are the right person to enter, or you are the authorized one. Once you enter, based on some feet you raised, the light switch has to switch on immediately, like in a fraction of nanoseconds. Then, based on the ambient conditions or climate condition, HVAC or air conditioning has to turn on. Whether if it is US, the heater has to turn on. Whether it is if it is in India, at summer they see. So vice versa happening. So when you are coming outside, if you are coming with like some kind of dustbin related item, the garbage has to open. So with all this, nothing but it's a connected home. Now we are not supposed to call it like IoT home or smart home. It is called as connected home. That's what we have to change today. So with all this one, if you're having some ambient intelligence, okay, that's nothing but ubiquitous home, which you can expect to see mid 2017 and 2025. Uh, that is one which is going to play an important role. That's a place where everyone is working towards. So this is what the complete evolutions, the past and present future, especially the smart home is concerned. So what lies ahead behind this? I already said, right, four things which are necessary if connected home is concerned, right? Apart from that, you probably having a lot of groceries in your house, right? So with the help of like sensor technology, which we call as a smart sense, it should be able to track your food inventory and automatically order to the Walmart or Dmart accordingly. Then, based on your voice, one of I think why people need IoT, we are also thinking about enhancing the life. So voice control like is nothing but based on the voice modulation which comes from you. There are some machine intelligence which are able to predict whether you are like too old man or a young man or a child, right? So So what happened here is you based on the voice, you are getting the different lights. So which is basically enhancing the atmosphere. And another possibility here is if nobody is in their home, some of the time what happens is we lock the door and after coming 1 kilometer away from the house we think that whether we switched on the light or not. Yeah, it is a bold sentence to speak about, but still that kind of curiosity we have, right? So the sensor able to detect if there is no one in the house, it will turn the light off by default. So these are the different things which is ahead we can see from the home automation evolution is concerned. If you ask me, out of this seven, okay, which one the people prefer more? Wants the lights to turn on? That's the only one. And accordingly, you can see the voice controlled automated lighting, etc. Now, we talked about many things, something about like smart home, how it works and everything, right? Who are all driving this, the whole mobility portion? So it's basically any transformation. If you see, there are two things: the breadth and depth, right? If you see the breadth of this particular ecosystem, there are three players are playing. One is influencer, aspirer, superpower. So, what does it mean, influencer? There are some companies, they are specialized in specific area, but they also influence the technology, device, market, etc. So, those we call as an influencer. Best example is IBM, Intel, uh, those companies. Aspirers. Uh, who they are these guys are like they are specialized in particular areas or in technology, okay, but they don't have the complete portfolio. We call that as incomplete portfolio. Examples Samsung and Microsoft. Third player is superpower. They are like uh, those who have the broad technical and commercial capabilities. They are the one who is like a supermans. The example Apple and Google. So all this complete system this works with the help of these three players only: influencer, aspirer, superpower. Now we'll see how the business system works. Basically, it is called as an ecosystem. Now you probably come with some POC, some IoT solution. This is what we are trying to address from the company standpoint, and how everything all are working. You probably hear about many companies, right? Like Intel, IBM, Microsoft, Bosch, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Accenture, Dell, etc., etc. So, what their roles are taking place here? So, if you take any ecosystem, only five players: so device provider, network provider, platform provider, application customer. So, what happens? Who do what? Device provider are the one who provides devices like sensors or objects, and who is to the network provider. Okay, and also this guys helps to the application provider. So who are all network provider? Basically telcos. They should able to give the technologies like 3G, 4G. Now we call as a 5G. So the entire reach portion. The next one is platform provider. Many of you heard about like Bosch Shoot, uh, IBM Watson. These are nothing platform. It should having the capability to do the application efficiently based on what customer is exactly wants to achieve. So it depends upon the application, different tools that we need to pursue. Up to this, out of this three, network provider plays a very central role. So at the end, it goes to the all resources, everything it is utilizing by application provider. Then, application, the whole product goes to the application customer. Is nothing but who is the user of that IoT product. So now what happened is there are some companies, especially the service companies, they place the role called like system integrator. They probably take like or any of the four role here, like assume like device, network, platform, application, and they'll directly work with the customer. So the customer know only one service company who is nothing but let us assume that their call is an operator A. Or some companies, let's assume that if there is three roles happening, uh, let us assume that device product is basically comes from any product development company, this player A, and a player B is nothing but network, platform, application, and then these two guys will be working with the customer end. So these are like various conceptions happening towards the model will get changed depends upon the agreement is signed. So these are the only five top uh, providers that you need to consider when we think about the business model. The very final thing that we are going to say about the projection, you probably knowing in 2020 all the companies or the product development companies is trying to get like $200 billion business on his money. The second thing is you probably have seen like 50 smart 50 billion connected devices in 2020. So if you read different article, it will say different reading. For example, if the smart home is concerned, at this moment, especially US is concerned, in 2017 we are expecting to get like a $9.1 billion business. It is there already, and 20 plus in 2020 at the overall. Okay. Uh, See these numbers, okay, it's just nothing but this is what the market potential it is having. And second thing is about there are some service you can say, right, around like a let us take that one. Who is the number one in adapting the smart home? If you ask this question to anyone, the best answer is the US. Okay, in US at this moment, around like 26% of the population they are using, but in next year they are expecting to cross around like 51 percentage. Uh, this is one of the perspective, and the third perspective, Edison is telling that there will be like 50 billion connected devices. Sony or someone is telling that 30 billion connected. So there are a lot of different numbers that is coming around, right? So the thing is, you can't guess this which is the right and wrong one. So if you're working particular on a particular project, you have to go your own and you have to do your own market study. Then only you have to arrive the number and make a business case. So the number whatever I said, right? This are all happened based on some with their own assumptions. Okay, that assumption may not be true for you. So my simple suggestion is whatever the numbers that you see the floating around, please don't believe that number. So today why I was not putting any 50 billion opportunities, etc., because I cannot be change the slide tomorrow, but someone who report that word will get changed, right? So the projection or forecasting, you have to do your own based on the project which you are going to deal with. So at the end, if you have any questions, so with short of disturbance started at the beginning, I think I was able to convey the message, a lot of thoughts to you. I think so, but there are a lot of huge number of informations that I am planning to deliver during the summit time. This is just kind of a teaser at this moment. If you have any questions at any moment, you can reach me to this number. Also, you can reach me through the email ID mp.me89. So you're always welcome. Wish you all the best in IoT or smart tech journey, everyone. Wish you all the best. That's all. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Hello, Siddharth.
Hello.
Session
Hello.
is over. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
hello.
over.
Yeah. Thanks, Muni, for your presentation. If any attendees have any questions, like you can chat and you can ask for further questions. You can just chat with Muni right now. If anybody has any questions, they can chat with Muni right now.
Um, Siddharth, I don't see anyone is chatting the.
Yeah, we can just close this webinar right now.
Yeah. If someone needs any questions, they can feel free to reach me. Okay.
Okay, fine. I think you have given the Gmail ID and phone number, then they can reach you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Thanks, Mr. Muni, for your presentation.
No problem. Thank you. Best wishes to everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.